What's really cool with my next guest is, I call this kind of section Embracing the Web. And we've talked about government people and so on. How do you get on the web and how do you get engaged? And a lot of people are afraid to get on the web. They don't see the benefit. And up to a few months ago, I followed the Vancouver PD Twitter for quite a while. And it was great for, don't go down Granville Street on this day, don't do that, don't do this, or some great information about things. And of course, over the last few months, with the riots that took place in June, we have seen far more activity from the Vancouver Police Department on Twitter and social media. And a few weeks ago, they came up with this website here, which thus far, I think it has about 70 or so people highlighted on it. And as of this morning, about 30 or so have been identified from the web. So I was curious to see how has the VPD embraced social media. And then, as you may have read, Chief Chu has come up with an interesting project for this evening called Tweet the Chief. And I really want to find out about that. And believe it or not, I arranged this entire conversation with the Chief through Twitter, direct messaging. And so I'm really happy to have him out here from the Vancouver Police Department, Chief Jim Chu. Hi, good to see you. Thanks for coming. Yeah. So how are you?
I'm great, Dave. Thanks for the invitation to be here, and happy Social Media Week.
Happy Social Media. How are you celebrating?
I'm here, and I'm doing a tweetathon tonight. So
a tweetathon?
Sorry, not tweetathon.
That would be awesome. Raise money for the police.
Yeah, no, that was something else we did. So I will be live on the internet streaming, but also people can tweet questions in, and it'll be interactive. We're going to broadcast at 7 p.m. from VPD headquarters, and people can submit their questions in advance or during the event. We'll be on for about an hour, and anything they want to know.
What I thought was really cool with this was it's not just, it's called Tweet the Chief, which I think, very good. But what I like about it is it's on Twitter, Facebook, and it's being live streamed. Why did you decide to use all those social media tools?
Well, the new frontier of communicating direct with the public is the internet, and it is simply a virtual town hall where every means that possible over the World Wide Web and the internet, we want to reach people that are interested in what we're doing, and we'll be able to convey to everyone the current investigations, any questions they have about policing, all those things that people have questions about, and we can give it to them tonight.
Let me ask, is it any coincidence this is happening at this time? It's Social Media Week, it's a few months after the riots, or is this something that you were planning on doing anyways?
We have plans to broaden our presence over the internet and over social media. So we've been working on many aspects for quite some time. And as I mentioned earlier, the tweetathon we did, we've been on Facebook, Flickr, all those other normal sites. Yeah. But this virtual town hall idea kind of came to us when we talked about the intense public interest out of the riot from June 15th. Right. And by the way, I want to thank you personally for all of your help in sort of helping identify suspects in terms of getting people to come forward with pictures and evidence and that kind of stuff. So thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
And it's unprecedented. This is the first smartphone sports riot that we've ever had in the world. The pictures, it's almost an embarrassment of riches. There's so much video, so many pictures, that it's an enormous task to sort it all out. But that's a good thing, because when we're said and done, we're going to have more charges out of this event than any other event in Canadian history.
You actually had to outsource, for lack of a better term, some of the viewing of the data, because it was, what, 1,600 or 1,700 hours of video. Is that correct?
It's correct. And when you watch an hour of video, sometimes you got to split 5 seconds frame by frame. So 5 seconds could be hours to view. Now, what we're doing is going down to this lab in Indianapolis. It's called the Law Enforcement Video Analysis Lab. Wow. It's been used by government agencies in the US, but it's the first time where they've used it as a collective, where partners and policing agencies from across the world are sending their investigators to help us. This is a cooperative venture. We're heading down there Saturday. We've got 3 weeks of lab time booked. And when we come back, that's when we're going to have the video process, and that's when the charges are going to start to be laid. So
let me ask this. So in 3 weeks from now, charges will start to be laid?
The charges will start being laid in late October. And
in time for Halloween.
Well, there you go, yeah.
There we go.
We have to process the video. Then we're going to come back, access the database, identify everything that a suspect is involved with, then we'll put the reports together. And when I say reports to the prosecutors, some of these reports can be an inch thick. Wow. Okay? There's lots of detail that goes in these investigation reports that go to the prosecutors. We've told them, charges are coming, get ready.
Right.
So we're throwing the football to them late October. That's when you're going to see massive numbers of charges.
Well, certainly there's a lot of focus with the riots and social media with your department now, but in a year from now, or 2 years from now, or maybe even a few weeks from now when maybe the focus has changed, will the Vancouver Police Department still be on social media? Will they still be an integral part of the conversation, or is that going to fall off?
We'll be still on any means that we can communicate with the public to let them know what we're doing, so we can be as open, as transparent as possible. And what we really like about social media right now is that the conversation is two ways. We're not just giving it out. People can feed back to us. And I'll tell you, the interest we got on certain website pages that we had, or our Facebook number of likes, really spiked after the riot.
Right.
But during the Stanley Cup playoffs, people were following our Twitter account because they wanted to know, safety issues, like what bridges closed, what's happening with the SkyTrain. And unfortunately, there was some mixed reporting that night in terms of was SkyTrain closed or wasn't it. And so we'll be the reliable source because we're going to know.
Right.
And so when we have any big events, we're going to encourage people to follow us on Twitter.
And so with tonight, is this going to be a monthly event, the Tweet the Chief, or is this something that you're just trying out for tonight? What's your goal with Tweet the Chief?
Well, this is our first foray into this town hall, and if it's successful, I can see us doing more. But one of the things that we're able to do with all of our social media is to illustrate it's just not Jim Chu at the police department. We've got frontline beat cops on the downtown east side that are blogging. We've got a dog master, Sandra Glendenning, that's doing that. We've got YouTube videos posted by many of our different units. And we've got other senior officers that have messages that they want to deliver as well. So that's what we can do at the VPD, just have more people talk about what we're doing.
So tonight, 7 p.m., what's the website they'll go to check out the live stream?
Well, you can go to vpd.ca to get the video feed. And for Twitter, you can # tweet the chief or # VPD. That can get you on the feed.
Well, let me ask you this, because I know you're time sensitive, and a little bit of a hardball question. We talked about all these terrible events that happened in June and so on, and what the police did or didn't do, and maybe what Rogers Centre or GM Place could have done. Of course, I'm talking about June 2009, when you guys allowed Coldplay to play without being arrested for crimes against music. Will you allow that to happen again in the future?
Well, a music question is tough, because remember when Guns N' Roses didn't play?
They're musicians, though. I'm talking about Coldplay.
Okay. Well, let me be politically correct and say that your taste in music is very perceptive. Thank you.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, please, Chief Chu, thank you so much. Appreciate your time.